This is Élisée Reclus. He is a 19th century French geographer and anarchist. He was also an advocate of animal liberation. This position developed out of his sympathy for the suffering of other animals, especially the many pigs and sheep he saw being slaughtered as a child. He wrote, "One of the strongest impressions of my childhood comes from witnessing a rural tragedy. A pig was slaughtered by a whole populace in revolt against a good old woman, my great-aunt, who would not consent to the murder of her fat friend. The crowd from the village forced its way into the pig pen and then led the beast away by force to the rustic slaughterhouse where the machinery of butchery awaited. Meanwhile, the miserable lady collapsed on a stool, silently weeping. Each of us has witnessed some such barbarous act committed by the carnivore against the animals he eats, and this is especially true of those who have lived among the common people, far away from the humdrum cities where everything is carefully pigeonholed or hidden away. But such impressions fade away in time. They give way to the baneful influence of everyday life, which tends to pull the individual in the direction of normality, while robbing him of anything that might make him into a unique being, a real person. Parents, official and informal educators, and doctors, not to mention that all-powerful person referred to as everybody, all work together to harden the character of the child in relation to this meat on feet, which nevertheless loves as we do, feels as we do. As an adult, Reclus was especially saddened by the negative consequences of animal breeding. He complained that the animals sacrificed to man's appetite have been systematically and methodically made ugly, weakened, deformed, and degraded in intelligence and moral worth. This occurred because, as meat-eaters, our major preoccupation has been to increase the bulk of meat and fat on four legs, to provide walking storehouses of flesh that hobble from the manure pile to the slaughterhouse. Things have of course only gotten worse with the advent of modern factory farming. For Reclus, being a vegetarian was about recognizing the bonds of affection and kindness that link man to animals, the horse and the cow, the wild rabbit and the cat, the deer and the hare. These are more valuable to us as friends than as meat. We are eager to have them, either as respected fellow workers or simply as companions in the joy of living and loving. Coming to view all other animals as friends, not food, is merely the expansion of what humans already do with their pets. He noted that, just as there are many carnivores today who refuse to eat the flesh of man's noble companion, the horse, or that of those pampered guests in our homes, the dog and the cat, in the same way it is repugnant to us to drink the blood of the steer, an animal whose labour helps supply us with bread. We no longer want to hear the bleating of sheep, the bellowing of cows, or the grunts and piercing cries of pigs as they are led to the slaughterhouse. We should instead treat other animals as neither our servants nor our machines, but rather our true companions. In order to do so, humans had to nourish, rather than destroy, the natural environment that we share with all other life forms. Reclus thought that we must develop the part of the earth that falls to us so as to make it as pleasant as possible, not only for ourselves, but also for the animals of our household. Humans had a responsibility to develop the continents, the seas, and the atmosphere that surrounds us, to cultivate our garden on Earth, to rearrange and regulate the environment in order to promote each individual plant, animal, and human life, to become fully conscious of our human solidarity, forming one body with the planet itself. As always, the source is in the description.